Hello, 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 and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I loves me some tea. Per, I am here with my cup mug because who wouldn't have their cup mug? You should always have your cup mug. And you can get you one at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link is in the description below. And if you look to the right of the screen, there is a QR code. And then you can scan it. It'll take you right to the shop. Get your merch, do all the things. And send me a cute picture. Say you support the shop and da da da. But we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. Get your cup mug, period. And thank you.
Yay. Hi everyone. My name is Rihanna, but you can call me Ri, and I have a nice little juice, passion fruit flavor. It's cool. I don't really need to eat much right now because these episodes gave me everything I needed.
We were fed. The children were fed with these episodes, I will say. This is the first time in 3 weeks that I've been like, oh, oh, we have stuff to talk about. Usually I'm like, the episodes, meh. Oh no, we have stuff to talk about this time. We do. And we're gonna get right into it. But before we do, there is a few things I need from you to first subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. We are here all the time giving you all of our takes on competitive reality television. We are just giving like we go live 4 nights a week or 3 nights if you're counting this week. But 4 nights a week talking Big Brother, we're talking Traitors, we're talking um Project Runway, we're Dance with the Stars. We're doing it all. And if we don't cover it here on a full recap, we're probably talking about it on Sunday in our reality roundup, where we're talking highlights from all the shows of the week. So follow us on this channel if you have not. And please like and share and do all the things and comment and hype the video up. And it helps us out in the algorithm. So do all those things. Also, if you're a fan of drag or drag race, we have a channel for you, the Cup at the Cup Pod on here on YouTube, and you should go follow them and check that out. And the Cup ESC if you're a fan of Eurovision Song Contest. Follow our audio podcast links, our Patreon. Follow us on all of our socials at the Cup TV on Instagram, and then at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. Well, Twitter, Blue Sky, and TikTok. And then, yeah, follow us on all of our socials at there. And that's how we do it. Let's get into this episode because, man, 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 these two episodes this week were like night and day. It was like night and day. Episode 5, it was fine. It was fine. It was good. It was cool. You know, it was fine. But episode 6, it had meat to that bone that we've been desperately chewing on. I'm like, oh no, they gave us the whole meat, potatoes, and the vegetables for this episode. It was like, oh, okay. So we go through episode 5 because it was an episode that happened, and we want to talk about it. Um, I'm not surprised and
No,
who they sent home and who they
no.
voted, who the traitors got out. Because as we know, there were 3 people left in the death who was on death row because Reese won his way out of death row. And 3 people were left, and it was Rachel, Claudia, and Gamble. And out of those 3, one of them were going to be murdered. And we saw in the conclave with the traitors were talking to talking out their reasonings for each person to go. And Claudia is somebody who they felt like they needed to keep around a little bit. Rachel already has heat on her, so it's heat against her. So Gamble's a wild card. She is someone who they are like, we don't know where her brain is, and I don't know. We don't know.
Yeah.
So they're thinking, I think the best thing to do is to just get rid of Gamble. And yeah,
Yeah,
she was murdered. I'm not surprised
me
by
neither.
that. I kind of was like, oh yeah, they go get Gamble. She's not really aligned with any of them, and she's not like she was just. I feel like she was there for the food, as you say, Reed. Like she's just there for the food. We don't know where her alliances lie. She doesn't have it. She's not talking game. She thought she was on holiday.
Yeah, yeah. I liked her, and I think she was really good as a comic relief. And she seemed to kind of stick with just like the other housewife,
Hmm.
and that's kind of it. But yeah, and her edit was so small that I was like, yeah, I think the other two have a little bit more storyline still.
Yeah. But in this episode, there was an immersion of someone who I was like very like uh, shocked because Chrissy decided she was gonna step up and be like, look, I know I could have saved Henry last night, and I should have stuck with my guns and did what I needed to do. But I voted on emotion. I voted because Rachel made me mad, and this time, I'm not going to vote on that. I'm going to think logically, and I have my sights set on someone. And I'm not going to be emotional. It's going to be very logical this whole time. And she set her sights on someone. She was like, this one person, I feel we can say bad, faithful, or whatever. I feel he's just a traitor. And she was like, but she wanted to figure out some more stuff. So she really wanted to be involved in this not so secret alliance anymore. And so she went straight to Dicko, was like, hey, I want to be invited into this boy band. Could you, like, what's up with that? I want to be.
Yeah, let's make this a boy girl band, you know?
Yeah, diversify it if you really, if you want. Like, I'm there. But that was going to happen. That conversation was going to happen, but it happened after the mission
Yeah,
because we do have a mission and Gamble's gone already. So let's just move on to the mission because uh, so the mission happened. I even forgot the mission. That's how 5 was so irrelevant to me.
yeah,
Um. Oh,
yeah,
I remember the mission. So Greta comes out in the breakfast after she has her things for Gamble. She comes out because they were told to all wear your funeral best. And they all had to come out, and she read off five or six names. Five names?
five, I
Five.
think.
Yeah, I think it was five names. But
Yeah,
she read off five names, and these people were who the traders wanted to be, I guess, the guessers for the challenge.
yeah,
And so they picked Alvin,
yeah.
Claudia, Josh, Luke, and
AJ, I think was there
AJ.
too. Yeah,
Yep, AJ. So they were all going to be the guessers for this challenge, which had the other guests at a memorial service for our dearly departed Campbell. And they had to sit through this service. um, I have never laughed because this was the driest, most boring service I've ever seen. And like, I don't really particularly go to many services, funeral services of white people. So I don't know if this is what if that's that side y'all typically. Well, y'all services are boring and long and drawn. Like our funerals, black people funerals, it's not like that. We got singing, we got the choir going, it's the preachers hooping and hollering, hooping through the service and telling everybody what it's dramatic. The families falling out. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. But this was so dry. But I think that was the purpose. It was just the
Yeah.
driest service. And I would have been so like, oh my God. Please get me out of here. But the guesters had to listen to a record that from Greta's solo, her first debut record, Greta and
Gretel and
Han,
Hansel. Hansel. Toch? Of
yeah, Hansel,
Hansel.
because Hansel and Gretel, but this was called Gretel and Hansel. Period. Um, they had to listen to the song, but they had to play it backwards to hear what the actual clue was, and they had to match each person that's in the church to the seven deadly sins. So seven people are going to come out of that church and be put on these gravestones because they're at the cemetery, of course, because why wouldn't they be at the cemetery? And they're going to stand on these headstones, and then three people will be left, and those three people, if corrected, if they were correctly guessed, they will receive shields because Gamble left three shields in her will for three people, and they had to guess what three people it was. Seems simple, but this was everything but simple because people were mad about where they were placed. Feelings were hurt about where they were placed. Um, I personally would have wanted to be one of the first people they drug out of that church, so I wouldn't have to sit there. But you know, so first person who was salty about where they were placed was Kirby because they put Kirby on the deceitful headstone, and she's like, I I am offended. I am not deceitful, although she's a traitor. So why? But they don't know that. They don't know that, and they just putting her out there, and she does not like that. So she's gonna make them feel as guilty as possible.
This following the extremely awkward way she was taken out of the church.
Just come on, great, and come with you right now. What? Like it's like oh, it just seems so awkward and weird and crazy. But okay, sure. Um, what I found also funny was like when they were coming out and they had to like put them. They're like, "Oh, you're putting me on deceitful. Why does what is?" And everybody's like, "Well, this is just what we think. It's just what we guessed." This is that. And they're like, "Okay, fine. I'll just stand here and be mad at you." Like I don't know. It's just
Yeah. Are you sure this was just what the traitor thought?
right. It's just or what you thought. Like, oh, okay, girl. All of them. Like, I mean, so funny because she was put on deceitful and um Kira was put on no, Chrissy was put on angry. And she's
Angry.
like, I'm not angry. I was just angry that one time last night. That doesn't make sense though. I'm like, oh yeah, they wouldn't think you're angry when the last thing they saw of you was anger. Like,
Yeah. So sorry, girl, but that was a very easy out for them. You walked right into that one.
because who else was they gonna call angry?
Yeah.
You showed you were angry last night. It was
Yeah.
just it was just crazy. And The other person that got really upset about their placement was Rachel because they called her fake. And Rachel, I'm gonna need you to do me a quick favor, a really small favor, really quick favor. When every time somebody says something to, make you feel annoyed or bothered or things, maybe you shouldn't always just start crying. That's your go-to thing to do. It's like, I, I don't, I don't think I'm fake because you do look fake if you're crying on the dime of a bucket when somebody is telling you it's just a game. We just had to make a guess, and well, I think it's more that you think I'm fake. It's just it's so annoying. Girl, calm down. It's a game. Nobody thinks you, or maybe they do think you fake, and if they do, so what? You don't know these people. You ain't gonna. You probably won't talk to half of these people after this game is over. Who really gives a crap if they think you fake? It's a game of traitors. Everybody's paranoid. Everybody think everybody fake. Give it a rest. It's just annoying. It's just really annoying. But she didn't like it. She was like, I'm not fake. They ended up making a swap from Kira's because they said she was greedy at first. But then they were like, but the three remaining in the chapel is Alex, Dicko, and Rob. And why would they give any shields
Because,
to Dicko and Rob and Alex? So they're like, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, so Kira, you go back and we'll put, Dicko out here on the greedy. And that's the only swap they felt they needed to make.
yeah,
Because I would have been like, who was Gamble close to?
yeah,
And if Gamble was close to somebody, why would she give especially Chrissy, the
yeah.
other housewife? Why would she not give Chrissy?
One, no, yeah, like, yeah, she was the other, yeah. Maybe there's a lot of competitiveness, rivalry between, what is it, Melbourne and Sydney or something, but they seem to get along just fine.
I just don't know why they felt like she wouldn't give it to, you know, to I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
But anyway, they really screwed this up. They got none of the people on the gravestones correctly. All of them were wrong, and because they weren't in the right positions. And then they only got Kira right. She only got a shield
yeah,
because she was the only one that they got right to get the shield. So Kira gets the shield and she's happy. But Alex and Rob have to sit there and be like, "Oh, nothing for us." Okay.
okay. Sorry, your
Oops.
team guessed wrong.
They should have had you out there.
Again.
It was the most awkward challenge. I didn't like this challenge at all. They don't ever need to do that challenge again. It was kind of it was kind of stupid. It was kind of stupid. But
I like it because it's so stupid and camp, but I wouldn't want to see it every season of the Traitors. But now and then, like with the reality TV personalities who naturally are used to making a bit more of a scene and stuff, like with
mhm.
them, I like it. But
I
yeah, it was the only thing I liked about the entire episode.
it was yeah, no, I did not like it. I was just like, ugh, that's so randomly and so stupid in camp. But I didn't need it. I don't need it anymore. But so they, of course, and it wasn't for money. Like they didn't even make any money.
Yeah.
So what's the
Oh,
point? What is the point? We're not making any money. But somebody got a shield, so
yeah.
great. Good for you, Kira, for getting the shield. Um, Anyway, so they get back to the house, and that's where Chrissy pops off, talking about some she want to be involved in the boy band. She wants to diversify the boy band, give us some girls, even though it is some girls in the band, but
Yeah.
whatever. So she goes and she talks to Dicko, and Dicko is telling her and Lawson, of course, we want you all in the band. We want y'all because it's LSD. It stands for loyalty, secrecy, and I forgot the D. Oh, discipline.
Discipline.
I forgot the D. But since it was no longer a secret, he changed the name for S for strategy. So loyalty, strategy, and discipline. Sure, Dicko. Um, and he's telling him like, yeah, I want you to be a part, and telling Chrissy, I want you to take over if I, am murdered, blah 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 blah. And they're like, yeah. She's like, of course, I would love to. That whole time I was like, she is not don't nobody want to be invited into your gang once it all implodes at the round table. Like now everybody knows, so that it
Yeah.
just doesn't make any sense. And at this round table, she let it be known that she was not interested in being in his gang. She was not. She was
No.
like, Dicko, I'm looking at you because I think you're a traitor. And I didn't say anything because I was scared too. And he's trying to come back like, who believes that she was actually scared to vote for me? And she was like, I was scared to vote because I didn't, your posse might vote me out. I don't know who, but I'm not scared anymore. And he's like, nobody think Chrissy's scared. She's so tough. She's like, look, I'm a bad woman. I'm bad. I know I'm bad, but I was scared to vote in this roundtable in this setting because of the group you put together. You could easily change your vote and switch it to me. But I am no longer doing that because I don't want to be a part of your gang. I don't want to be a part of your group. And I think you are a traitor. And that's the reason you're putting all these people in your, you know, group.
Yeah.
I will say I enjoyed Chrissy this episode.
Me too. I think she's really fun and like I mean yeah. I would have also been a little like from what we know of Chrissy, like you were scared, but I did think she explained it enough with the well, you could vote me out with your group, and obviously there's the traitors that can just murder me.
Hmm.
Like everyone can get a little scared or
Hmm.
worried. So yeah,
Hmm. I felt her. I was like, okay, this makes sense. I understand. I see what you're saying. So yeah, be scared. But this was a close vote. I was very surprised
yeah,
at how close this vote was because they also decided that they were going for Reese.
yeah,
And they said, Reese, you would make a perfect trader because you you don't say much, but then you come out and you just get very vocal around.
yeah, and witty and funny and like I think that's the whole lowering your threat level,
Hmm.
probably that kind of thing.
Yeah, they like, and they think you're so smart because you're witty and you got quick wit and come back. That's the sign of a brilliant person. And I'm like, I mean, I've seen some really quick witted people who are not so bright, but me,
Yeah,
burn. But I understand why they would say that because I too would think Reese would be a good candidate for a traitor because he's so quick witted, because he's funny. He keeps, he uses he uses laughter
yeah,
and entertainment, his ability to make people laugh and like him to be a reason that he could be a traitor. So I understand the reasoning on why they say he could be a traitor, but it was just like I didn't think he was going to garner as many votes
No,
as they gave him.
no. I initially was, oh no, it's Reese. And then I was, no, I was a little worried, and I went back and forth about it
Hmm.
quite a bit. And like, I do think that it's more just they're trying to find someone to name and have a vote on. But I also like what we said, like, we have seen people win the show with this kind of attitude. And this
Hmm.
attitude was a really big reason why they managed to be under the radar for as much as they were. So it's, from my meta perspective, I don't really mind it, but I do think that they were just also trying to just find some excuses.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It just, I was shocked, but I was like, but I understand it. It made sense for the vote for it to, for people to think it's Reese, but I didn't expect the vote to be this close between Reese and Dicko. And it was really, really close. It came down to one vote between them because a lot of people voted other people too as well. But at the end of the day,
Think,
Dicko got that vote,
yeah,
and Dicko is out of here. And I could not be happier. Just
I was like, yeah, oh, at least that one, I, at least that one is out of the way.
yes, because I think I agree with, like, he's just, I don't care who, for somebody to sit there and say I don't care if they're faithful or not or a traitor. I'm just going to vote people out so numbers work on our side. And I felt like that's a dangerous thing when
Yeah,
it's like the traders are like, okay, you do all the work for us because we just need to put
yeah,
you in the right direction on somebody else, and you go rally up your boy, and y'all keep sending faithful home and never gaining a trader. It was just like the numbers are dwindling. Sometimes you got to hunt for a trader.
yeah. And it's also like, and it is obviously there is a little bit of meta, like we talked about it before, like from like both with that a trader will just be replaced, and also yeah, like you want to just have a few people with you to vote together, but you like he just he made it so obvious that everyone outside of his little group was just cannon fodder for him
Hmm.
to pad the episode count probably, like a bunch of NPCs that just need to fit into each slot when it's their time.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, forgot that there are enough outsiders there that can bond together.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's just, I don't know. It just felt that way. I'm glad to see him go. Like,
Yeah,
honestly, I didn't enjoy watching his gameplay, and so for me, it wasn't very entertaining. I can understand why, what he was doing,
yeah,
but it just wasn't entertaining.
no,
So I would rather see him, it,
just
just go,
yeah,
just go. And of course, he was like, I wouldn't let you people find my car keys because I'm a faithful. Okay.
yeah.
I wouldn't
Okay,
want to be the first.
sure. Uh,
I wouldn't want to find your
maybe,
car
yeah.
keys, Dico. I wouldn't want to find your car keys.
No, I'm not getting into I'm not getting into any cars with him anytime soon. Even if I lived in the same street as him.
'Cause, I don't know. He might just want to vote me out off the block if he knew. I
Yeah,
don't know. I just
evicted.
because he don't know. It doesn't matter if you're a faithful or traitor. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter to him. You
yeah,
just say your name and you just go. Like, no, he had to go. He had to
yeah,
go. But now we can get to where I really wanted to
yeah.
be to, because episode
We
6,
go.
because the traders meet back in the conclave and they um are
Ding, ding.
oh, it was
Yeah,
a conversation.
yeah.
Yeah, let me not skip over that. It was a conversation that happened in the car where with the five people who were guessing. And AJ tells the car that he thinks, who it could be, who could be the traitors,
Yeah,
and not in the car. He was like, and somebody was like, um, I don't know, I think Reese could be, and he
yeah,
was like, yeah, Reese could be. I think Reese is a possible traitor. And Josh was like, no, Luke was like, I think it might be Alex. Now, Alvin is in this car,
yeah,
and Alvin heard Alex say, AJ, trust me. AJ came up to me and was like, he doesn't, I trust you. I want to take you to the end. So he thinks, right, as of right now, Alex is good with AJ. And then AJ says, when Luke says it could be Alex, he said, I think it's Alex. And Josh is like, I don't think so. And AJ says, I mean, it could be.
yeah,
And he he said, it could be Alex. And so Alvin now is like, oh,
yeah,
okay. You think it could
mm,
be. I'm gonna
yeah,
take that to her. And so in the conclave this tonight, he goes right to him and like, oh, I want you to know. In the car ride back, AJ says he thinks you're a traitor. Now he didn't necessarily say
no,
he thinks he's a traitor.
not,
He said it's possible she could
yeah,
be a traitor. And he's like, and she's like, what? He thinks I'm a traitor? Oh, I don't like that. And from that time, when he says that, until the morning of breakfast, this has been in her brain.
yeah,
And it's been in her brain and it's festered its way into her brain. Now she's like turned every which way. Her brain is rambled. She's all over the place. And so they get through the conclave, they make their decision, sure, fine. But we get to breakfast the next morning, and Alex has, like I said, she slept on
yeah,
this. She didn't, or maybe not slept on this. She
yeah,
looked tired this episode, so maybe not slept. And she's just like, so AJ, why did you tell people you think I'm a traitor? And AJ's like, what? And so he's like, oh, I didn't. He's like, why did you floating my name around that you think I'm a traitor? He was like, who told you that? It don't matter. Why did you tell somebody? So now AJ is like, oh, what is going on? So now it's clicking to him. He
yeah,
thinking about it. He thinking about it. He like, how would she know? Because like you didn't say anything to me yesterday when
not,
we were talking. And if you had this information yesterday while we were talking before we all went to bed, you would have said something to me yesterday.
yeah,
But you didn't say nothing to me yesterday. And so I feel like the only time you would have heard it
yeah,
is in the conclave.
yeah,
So that means somebody who I was in the car with is a traitor. It can't be Claudia. I don't think it's Claudia. He said the twins, they're not giving me
yeah,
out Alvin.
yeah. Process of elimination.
Alvin. So now he's like, but still, again, who told you that? And she's just like, I just want to know. You float my name around. He's like, I didn't say that. And she was like, he was like, we'll talk, we'll talk. And Kirby is sitting in between, like, girl, what is wrong with you? Because Alex is flipping out for no reason.
Yeah.
Oh my. She was flipping out. And so basically, you just confirmed to him, you are a traitor. I knew Kirby was a traitor. And now I think Alvin is a traitor. He got them all
Yeah.
locked up. I said, whoa.
And I just, oh no. And I don't know, best and worst part, I guess, depending on how you watch the episode, is Kirby is sitting right in between them. And in front of her, they're just going back and forth and back and forth.
Like, I was like, oh my God. And she is flipping out. And AJ is clocking everything. He is like, I already knew Kirby was a traitor. Knew that. That was locked. Now, Alex, you are confirming that you are a traitor. Like, everything you saying, like, okay. And then the person who could have told you that is Alvin. I know you are it's I have never been so impressed by somebody's reads on a game this much, and the way he just put that puzzle together. It was, man. I liked AJ on the
Yeah,
Survivor because I was like, yeah, he a snake, yeah, he a rat, yeah, he going back and forth telling everybody, but that's how you play the game. That's how you play the game, and this is a whole new game. And he is once again impressing me so much in a game. Put AJ on every game possible. Like, I want to see his brain work in all the games. I know I know we doing Australia and traders in Australia. I and I know, but I don't know. They might not have it anymore. I don't think they have it anymore. But I want to see AJ in a Big Brother situation. Could you imagine having AJ in a house
yeah,
for 90 days and the game is a marathon? It's this is what I think he would thrive in because he has time to think about stuff, work stuff, get I would love for us to dip into the Australian pool. Bring AJ over to
yeah,
Big Brother US and put him in the house. These people don't know him,
yeah,
and just put him in the house. He don't say nothing. He won't tell folks what he on, and just watch him cook.
yeah,
I would, I would be so team AJ so fast and so hard because I know because I he don't play like these icons we got going on in the Big Brother house right
yeah,
now,
yeah,
and he's so much more methodical and strategic, and he don't get mad over stupid stuff. I would love to see if AJ in the Big Brother house. I would let me have it. Let me have
yeah.
it this once.
I want him in there too. I want to see it. I would want a few other international Big Brother players along with it. Otherwise, unfortunately, there is a risk of people being like, "Well, this is Big Brother USA. What are
Yeah,
you doing here,
yeah,
Aussie?"
yeah, yeah. I would love to see that. Yeah, I need some more international. I I just want a global Big Brother. Let's just bring them
Yeah,
together and just have it, make it happen because oh my God. It would be so good because like could you imagine having the best mixed bag of people from the best shows in one Big Brother house?
yeah,
Like the strategic mindset of like Tiffany from
yeah.
Big Brother 23, AJ from there. You can have uh Sandra from
Yeah.
Survivor. Heck, even I wouldn't want to say it, but I know people be like, "No, we don't want to see him back." But even like a Boston Rob on there, like I know
Yeah.
people don't want to see it, but yeah, Dan come back and play it. Uh,
I kind of think like uh, maybe
Ika
some
from
people
Big Brother
from
Canada.
yeah, like from Canada, or maybe from the South African version.
Of
The
Survivor.
winner Rob did a global Australia versus the world one.
Hmm.
But his winning season, I really liked. Maybe he would be interesting too.
I would just love to see
Yeah,
them get a bunch of reality stars from all over the world who have been known for strategic gameplay
yeah,
and put them in a Big Brother house situation, because I feel like Big Brother is the like ultimate
social
social
experiment.
experiment. Like,
Yeah,
and you can see everything play out on live feeds and things like, oh, I would.
yeah, absolutely. Like, and there's a reason that Siri, who is one of the best social players in any Survivor season I have ever seen,
Hmm.
English speaking kind of seasons, and even she says, "I'd rather starve on an island."
Yeah,
This is madness.
it's madness. It's you stuck with the same people for 90 days, maybe. And it's just, oh, the case, oh, the foolishness, the lies, the
Yeah,
deceit, the way people play. I would love something like that, but okay, that's work on that, CBS or anybody else or
yeah,
wherever you are. Just work on that for us. But
yeah. Here's the
anyway,
pitch.
yeah, here's the pitch. You work, make it work. But back to this. And so AJ's clocked them all, clocked all three traders. He's like, oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. But before we can get into more gameplay, we have to have a mission. And this was interesting to me because I did not know that both twins got injured.
No, I didn't either. And
I was like,
yeah,
how?
yeah, it went completely unexplained. Maybe it was in a previous mission, or maybe both of them had like an injury prior to the show that got worse through the missions or something.
Right, like I could only see it happening during the heavy one, the one they
Yeah,
had to lift the
yeah,
thing up, and I'm like, but both of them got injured, and nobody said anything. Like, what the heck happened? But they got injured,
yeah.
and so they were like, okay, so it was literally going down this very steep hill, and you had to pick up pieces of the body to put on the stick to then burn them in effigy at the end. And if you win, if you get all 13 people, you get $2,600, $26,000. $26,000 if you get it. And of course, there are going to be some shields along the way. But they're only going to be given to the first body put together, the third body put together, and the 12th body put together. And so their strategy was, because they have to have a good strategy since two people are injured. They were like, let's make a human chain. So some of us are going to start down at the bottom to go collect the pieces, and we go just go bring them up and pass them up and pass them up and pass them up. Which was a very good strategy, by the way. I thought it's so much better than just picking up your own body and bringing it back.
Yeah, yeah. So much
It
better.
was so much better. And I was like, oh, this actually works. This makes total sense to me. So, but still, the hill is super steep, and people are still having a hard time. Like, people are like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm so tired. And I would have been that way. I would have been that girl. I would have been like, I would have been Reese. Like,
Like, oh,
I would have been Reese. Like, oh, no. You got to run up a hill. Oh, God, no. God, no. It was just,
oh. I can see myself walk annoyingly slow so I don't break my ankle or something.
well, I'm like, Lord, my back is going to be like destroyed by the end of this. My knees are going to be destroyed by the end of this. I hope my heart does not explode, because I feel like it might. It feels like it might, but oh my gosh, they were just like, but they did their thing, and ultimately Josh and Luke got to decide who got the shields because they were the ones responsible for putting the bodies together. Um, and so they decided to give shields to Claudia, uh,
Tully and
Tully, and Chrissy.
yeah,
Yeah, Claudia, Tully, and Chrissy. But they eventually moved the like I said, the chain worked. They got 13 bodies put together under the time that they were given, and so they won $26,000. Great. And Claudia, Tully, and Chrissy got the shields, but
yeah.
you could either keep your shield or give it up for $15,000 to be added to the pot. And so Chrissy was like, I'll give up mine. Yeah. Because it's not about the shields. Who cares about the shields? We ain't worried about the shields. It's about the money in the pot. So I'll give up mine. So that's $15,000 in there. Tully and Claudia, on the other hand, was like, no.
Yeah.
I really want my shield because I want to sleep tonight and not worried about dying. So no, no, no. I'm gonna be selfish today and just it's all about me. And
Yeah, a
if
little
you
bit.
felt that you're in danger, sure. Even though neither one of them are in any danger, but
No,
they're not in any danger. But I don't mind them being selfish for this particular thing.
no. I think it's worse in the regular situations when like everyone is fighting for a shield, and it
Right.
can take a shield away from someone who did need it.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously there is a way to say like, no, sorry, I want the shield. And I think one of them did this better than the other.
Yeah. I feel like Claudia kind of was like, I kind of want it. But I feel pressure. Should I feel pressure? They're like, no, girl, you don't need to feel no pressure, girl. No, you do what's right for you. And then Tully, on the other hand, was like, no. And she didn't even act like she was gonna give it up. She ain't act like there was no remorse, but she's like, no, I want to keep it. And everybody's like, oh,
Okay.
okay. Man, fine. Keep your stinking little shield in. Okay, I don't care. Like I just it was just such the same scenario, two
Yeah.
different responses. I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. Sure.
Okay. Sure. But
Sure.
the best part was a confessional from somebody else right after.
Right. It's like, all right. It's like stuff she does have an officer name because if somebody was named Officer Tully, I would believe that.
I don't
Like
know.
I'm like, Officer Tully, come over. I'm Officer Tully, flash the badge. You know, stand down, ma'am. Officer Tully here. What seems to be the problem? Like, it gives me an officer name, but yeah, no, it was fun, but it was just interesting the two different responses from
Yeah.
the two. But please know we didn't forget about this conversation. We weren't glossing over it. I just wanted to wait and get the challenge out the way
Yeah.
before we came back to this conversation because this was a pivotal conversation that happened. And man, so AJ pulls Alex for his one-on-one chat, and he's like, listen, we I trust you, and I don't want what happened at breakfast to. He said, but I just feel like I know you're a traitor, and I know you're I know you're a traitor, and I do want to go to the end with you, and I feel like there's a way we can make this happen, but. And then he goes on this spiel about how he just, you know, he is a introvert, and in this game that might not be the best thing to do, and he's trying to suss out things and come up with a plan of action, and he feels like he has it because he does trust her. He wants to win this game with her. And so he's like, and I know you're a traitor. And she's trying to act like,
But
"Uh,
I'm not.
but I'm not. And I feel like you're just being very, you know, suspicious about that. And how are you so sure that I'm not?" She was like, "You are. You are." And in her confession, she's like, "I'm caught. I'm caught and I don't know what to do. How do I respond to that? How do I be like, because you can't tell him." He's
No.
like, "I can't just come up." And he's like, "I know you can't say it, but I just know you are." And I'm like, how do you deal with this? How do you go about dealing with this when this person is blatantly calling you a lie and knows you? Oh my God, he knows the truth. It's like, oh, this is what it must feel like to just get caught in
Yeah.
doing the biggest crime ever.
Yeah. I think the only thing she could have done was to just repeat it, like the whole "Why are you so sure?"
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and just kind of like make him push him to say something like why how do you come to that conclusion or something like that to like deflect the topic a little bit.
I, I would have
Yeah.
been so flabbergasted and stuck on words because what do you mean you're caught? And so then he's like, but we could still do this. We could still win. I want to win this game with you. He says, I know we need to put these votes on Alvin. Now, these are two different conversations I'm merging together,
Yeah.
by the way, because I just want to get all the whole
Yeah.
entire conversation out the way. But he's like, the vote is going on Alvin. It's going to be some people voting on Alvin, and we need to get a couple more votes. He said, if I think we can get Claudia, and I think we can, he's just naming these people who he think we can get. And I'm just like, AJ, AJ, oh my God. I'm suddenly impressed. Like, what is happening? And so he's like telling her this plan, how they can make it work. And she's like, okay. Okay. So now she's still so stunned that he's coming to
Yeah.
her. First of all, telling her he knows she's a traitor. Second of all, calling out another traitor and saying we have to vote for this traitor to
Yeah.
secure my spot. Because what he wants her to do, because he also says, I know Kirby is a traitor and I want to get us to the end. So we take out Alvin, you get me in that conclave, then we turn our backs on Kirby, so then everybody will not be suspected of either of us. And I'm like,
I was
AJ.
just, oh no. I really thought he was overdoing it, and it was going to backfire on him very, very hard. I was positive it was going to
Oh,
backfire on him.
I was like, oh, this is ballsy. This is a ballsy play, and it's crazy, and could be so good, but it could be so bad. It could come back and blow up in his face in a huge way. And so I'm like, oh my gosh. And so she's just like, okay, whatever. That I don't know why you think I am, but that's fine. I mean, I don't know. I'm not. But he was like, okay. So this brings us to this round table because this is the you thought it could get any crazier than somebody just flat out telling somebody that they a traitor and be right about it, but don't know they right about it, but just be right about it. Wait, no. Then she goes and tells Kirby that I'm hearing from the house that the vote is going to Alvin.
And
And
in me, and at the same time, the conversations between others are AJ and Reese and
Reese,
Alvin and Kirby.
it, it was so crazy. He was like, yeah, I she's like, yeah, I heard that's what I'm hearing in the house is going to Alvin. We might need to give them, sacrifice them. Kirby's already like, oh, know about that. I don't know about that. That's not sitting right with me. Um, because Alvin and Alex had this, I mean, Alvin and Kirby had the same conversation about Alex
Yeah,
just a day ago or two.
yeah, because Alex was starting already showing a little bit of suspicion, like, oh, she could potentially drag us down, so we
Mhm.
may have to just let her go if everyone is onto her.
And it's,
Yeah,
I'm just like, wow. I would never think, well, I'll say that, but I'll say that to later. But it was just, it was crazy how, and so Kirby was like, I don't know. I have to see what it's like at the round table, whatever. They get to this round table because the AJ has told Alvin, I'm bringing you up at the round table. And he's like, oh, can we talk about this? And I was like, can we talk about this? Girl was like, I mean, AJ's like, yeah, we could go talk. So they go on and talk. And he's like, I just feel like you are giving traitor, and I don't know what it is. It's just my opinion. And Alvin is not trying to deny anything. He's not trying to convince him things. He's just like, when he was like, oh, okay, you bring him out.
yeah,
But he is not trying to, deflect or anything.
yeah,
It just felt, and Agent took that as him not being surprised.
yeah, and that is where I really disagree with AJ. I took it as, I guess it's more from a big brother standpoint, in that if you fight against it too hard, it makes you look worse.
Hmm.
I thought Alvin was doing the, okay, I know this is what you're gonna do. I can't stop you, like, I'll just have to try to defend myself at the table. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But it was just weird. But when AJ brings it up at the round table, he brings up, well, Alvin brings it up first because Alvin's like, and he's like, I want to start. And everybody's like, whoa,
yeah. Hey,
whoa.
okay,
Al- Alvin wants to start, Mr. Quiet, Mr. Don't Say Nothing. But he's like, he know Luke was on to him and was really,
yeah,
trying to say something. And he's like, and then AJ telling him, so he's like, look, I need to say my piece.
yeah,
And he was just like, I'm just, this is not the world I'm from. Cooking shows don't make me have to do this kind of stuff. I'm, you know, I don't like to get involved in too much, drama or things like that. Usually, I'm like a very calm person, and certain people are like listening, like, yeah, Alvin's. It couldn't be Alvin. He's not
yeah.
even. It's these game players that's the problem. It's not Alvin's. He's so sweet and so, charming. So it couldn't be him. But then um AJ's name comes up about how because AJ starts talking and he's giving his point by point, his bullet points, if you will,
Yeah. The
of
data points. Learning new
data
things if
points.
you're New Zealand.
Yes, the data points on why it's Alvin. And literally he's giving straight facts of
Yeah.
what's going on, what's been happening, not putting emotion into it. It's just like factual, factual facts. And I'm like, okay, he's laying down this case. But then Kira is like, I don't believe it. I don't believe anything you say, AJ. You've been shifty, you've been shisty. I don't I don't buy it.
Yeah. They had some conversations before the roundtable too, where people were not liking what AJ was doing, and they also talked about like how he had said like, "I want to, I want to support Alex because she trusts me," and yeah, and this wasn't even. And then the topic also goes to a few other people as well, where I
And
was
it,
suspicion.
yeah, because it's like he was like what he said about Kirby, and like I know she's a traitor, but I'm not, because I'm not gonna vote her because she's protecting me.
Yeah,
And Kira was like, why would you say that? Like he was like, I said,
yeah,
why would he say that? Because that's how he felt. Like, what you mean? Why
yeah.
would you say that? But she's like, it's just making my head scrambled, and you just doing
Oh.
too much, and you just I don't
Oh.
know. And then this tide started shifting, like you said, it started spreading amongst more people at the table. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Is it going to backfire? Is this plan going to backfire on AJ right now? And I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, is it? Is it? And everybody's like, yeah, AJ, you doing too much. Yeah, these one-on-one conversations, I don't like that. And that. I'm like, oh,
yeah. It felt so much like with Henry.
yep.
And there were other people that had suspicion on it. Alvin, Reese had to defend himself. I think even Lawson, apparently, for some reason. And Kirby. But it all went back to AJ. So I was like, oh no, he said too much. He talked himself out of the game.
It, yeah, it's just one of those things. I was like, ugh. Okay, well, here we go. Somebody who's giving fact. Because see, the difference between Henry and AJ,
Yeah,
AJ gave fact after fact after fact after fact. Like, this is
yeah,
why I felt this way. Henry didn't have anything. And he came in with one thing and thought that was going to
yeah.
be enough to turn the table. And it wasn't. And he didn't have anything. So I felt like he was just coming in fact after fact after fact. Like, things were just adding up for him. And it was wild. It was wild that they thought that. It was just crazy. But like,
Oh. And the biggest one was like Reese speaks for the people. In the people, I mean the round table, the non gamers, where Reese is like, we feel that the way you talk and the way you want a certain strategy to happen is coercive. I'm like, wow, oh no, oh
oh,
no,
no.
he's gone.
He's done for. He is done for. Cause now you got coercion in the mix. You got throwing, like, you scrambling my brain. You misleading people. You know you're forcing people to vote the way you. It's just like, oh no, oh no. This is going to be crazy. And this vote was absolutely, positively crazy because we got some votes on Rachel. We got some votes on Kirby. We got some votes on um
And Lawson suddenly got
Lawson.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lawson got some
Randomly
votes.
got 2 votes. I don't know
It was just out of nowhere.
why.
But he got some votes on him. And then Alvin got some votes on him. And AJ got some votes on him.
And Reese as
And
well.
Reese got some
Like,
votes on him. Like, you
like
would think.
7 or 8 people.
Right. I'm like, it's y'all, it's not that many of y'all. And y'all splitting these votes up like this is crazy. But they split them up. But it was somebody came out the victim in
Yeah.
this, and it was another very close vote. It came down to one last vote from Lawson
Yeah.
to determine between AJ and Alvin which one of them were going to go. And Lawson says, and I quote, "I've never been with a man before, but if I did, I would want him to be just like you, Alvin."
Sad.
And I was like, dang it,
Yeah.
dang it. I did not want him to go just yet, but AJ was on him. He was on him. He want that spot in the conclave
Yeah.
real bad.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
And so Alvin gets up and he's like, listen, I love every minute of being here. I kind of, I I really enjoy this time with you people, with all of you. I love all of you. This is so great. Sometimes when you have imposter syndrome, I felt like I've had imposter syndrome my whole life. And when you have imposter syndrome, you just don't know where you fit in. He said, but the good thing about having imposter syndrome in this game is that I can do things that whatever I wanted because I'm a traitor. And before he even said anything, Tully was like, "Ugh, you clowns putting up Alvin. You're clowns. Alvin's not it." And Kira's like, "Ugh, we're getting rid of another faithful, and this is so stupid." And then when he said he's a traitor, they the first ones, "Oh my God, it's just so great. We did it. We did it." I'm like, telling you didn't do a doggone thing but
No.
try to vote out AJ.
Oh. We did it.
We did it.
Yeah, we finally got one. Maybe say it like that. Oh, that's another pet peeve of mine in these trainers. Everyone's immediately, someone will have gone so hard after someone on the tape at the table. That person gets voted out. They will feel to be faithful, and then they're the first person to be. I knew it.
I knew it. I knew exactly what. I'm like,
Oh.
girl, girl, you had no clue. And everybody's now praising AJ. Oh my gosh, you did it. Hey, you did it. We're so excited. We got a traitor. And Luke, for some reason, is like, I knew it all along. And I'm just a traitor hunter now because I made this
Oh,
happen.
no. I think
You-
AJ made it happen, and
I'm like,
anyone who voted with AJ.
I'm like, you made this happen, Luke? I don't think so. It was AJ who made this happen. AJ made all of this happen. And I'm just like, I'm tripping because they just like, oh, we did it. We did it. I rolled my eyes so hard at Tully. I'm like, girl, you ain't do it. But
Uh, I kind of tuned them both
I
of
was
them
like,
out
you
after
keep
that. I don't
ready.
want to see the other reactions, not yours.
I was like, go no. I'm going to give this one to AJ, and he convinced enough people
Yeah,
that it was Alvin, but everybody felt great. And Lawson, I'll even throw a little bit at Lawson
yeah.
for not choosing, for choosing AJ to, listening to AJ. But everybody's just living on high. They're on cloud nine, and they poured one out for Alvin as he left. But everybody's excited, and they're just happy, happy.
Yeah,
And then we get to the conclave, and we have it between Kirby and Alex, and they get the proposition to seduce
yeah,
or murder. And they have to make a decision because there's pros and cons to doing both. Like a pro to murdering is that you get one less another faithful out of the way, and your numbers, it gets better. The con is it puts a lot of eyes directly at those two people who have now had their name out there.
yeah,
Both of them got votes at this last roundtable. And so they don't want to put like people, Josh, or was it one of them voted for? Did they vote for Alex this round? Not this round, last
yeah.
round.
Right. Yeah, Alex got votes
Oh
too.
yeah, she got votes too.
Ah,
So Alex and Kirby got votes. So they're looking at like, who do we do? If we and they had certain people on the list. They said we could seduce Claudia because she is someone who, because they don't trust the twins anymore. They like the twins are onto us, and we need to make sure because one of them thinks Kirby, one of them thinks Alex. So
yeah,
they're both onto him. So they like, we got to keep them around for a while because we don't want to throw the blow back on us. So they think Claudia might be a good choice because the boys trust Claudia. And they're like, we should say something to her. She might be the end with the boys and she could deter them from looking this way. Maybe. They thought about Tully because Alex has a relationship, they're friends outside of this. But Kirby is scared that she wouldn't be able to lie
yeah.
and, keep up with this. Like, is she going to be able to do that? I don't know. And then Alex like, what if we recruit AJ? And Kirby's like, I don't know. Because now AJ is the traitor hunter, the faithfuls of the faithfuls. They trust him. And that might be a good idea or enough reason to kick him out, right? But it's also a pro in murdering AJ because he's so on to them. And murdering him will throw everybody off, and
Yeah.
he's a traitor hunter, so they killed him, and they're like, oh, now the traitors are scared, and they left us there because we don't know
No,
what they're going to do. What do you think they should do, Lori?
you know, I don't know.
Mm,
I genuinely like. I am. I think I know a little bit from Kirby's perspective. I think maybe recruit AJ, but then let him get thrown under the bus as soon as
mm,
possible.
mm,
Not necessarily even to clear her own name, but just to have him gone. But in a group effort, so that people can't, so that there will be other people that are guilty of getting him out. Or
yeah,
yeah, but I don't know if for I don't think either of these options are good for both. Do you think that they should murder or recruit somebody else?
I don't know. I think they should possibly. I don't know. I feel like Claudia might be a better choice to recruit. As much as they
Could
like
be.
AJ, And I think AJ is somebody who, if you could keep him around
Yeah.
a little later, maybe recruit him later,
Yeah.
but you definitely need to keep your options open.
Yeah. I think it might be better if they don't go for AJ in either direction. And I also, what popped in my head was like, aren't these people not just going to be like, if AJ isn't murdered, aren't these people not going to be like, you just got out of first, led the charge against our first traitor.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have a shield, so why aren't you murdered?
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Like,
don't know.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I think we I think it's interesting what's going to happen. I want to see what they're gonna
Yeah.
do. I don't know what they're gonna decide, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm interested. But my nephew is okay.
Oh, yeah.
Take it and go. Take it and go. Uh,
Oh, you.
but yeah, I don't know what he's gonna do. But I'm going to be interested to find out what they are going to do for this one. I still think they should keep AJ, but I think they should. It might be a risk to keep AJ,
Yeah.
but if they, I don't know. I think they could just say we recruited, don't recruit AJ. That's the reason why nobody got murdered because they
Yeah.
recruited, so nobody gets murdered. So I I don't know if
Yeah.
this might be the time to do it. Like bring somebody else in and then let them and throw, have them be the fall guy for the next thing and then you recruit AJ. But
That's possible. Yeah. And I can even see it naturally going on AJ. Like they recruit somebody else, and then everyone else gets like, but why? But okay, maybe
right,
you are recruited, but yeah, saving him for a recruit later down the line could be pretty good,
yeah,
especially in the final numbers.
yeah,
But yeah, I think there are a couple of options, and
I
I'm
think
also
so
just
too.
curious what they're going to do. And yeah,
I am too, but I guess we will see and we'll be back here next week talking about what they did and how this next week is going to play out. But thank you so much for joining us. We really, truly, truly appreciate you. Please subscribe if you have not subscribed to this channel. Subscribe and follow and share and do all the things that say you support us. Give us a thumbs up, a hype, comment in these videos. It helps push our videos out in the algorithm. And then subscribe to all the other channels under the Cup Network. All those links will be in the description below, as well as our audio podcast links, our Patreon, all of our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, and at thecup.tv on Instagram. And you can follow me and Rhea if you wanna, sure. And get your cup mug while you're at it at lanagcreations.etsy.com. Please, the, the QR code is in that right side of the screen. So go get it, go scan it, go to the shop, buy the merch, and be cool like me and Rhea having a cup. And yeah, we'll see y'all next week. We gonna go, me and Rhea gonna go do some traitorous things right now. So we'll see y'all next time. Cheers, everybody. Bye.